Interest rates are going up yet again, with the Bank of Canada announcing its 8th hike in less than a year. And while this move is being used to tackle sky-high inflation, it's also forcing some to sell their homes.
Final nail within the coffin was the second to last interest rate hike. We just basically hung on to this house as long as we could.
Durham Region resident Laura Feeney reached out to City News after putting her house of 18 years on the market. She tells me when the pandemic hit, they did $75,000 in renovations, but can no longer make ends meet amid soaring interest rates.
We were told by our broker that with interest rates continuing to go up, we would be looking at a mortgage of almost $3,900 a month.
For the first time in decades, Laura and her husband are about to be renters and will be paying $2,500 a month, an amount she calls ridiculous but says is more manageable than their mortgage.
The Bank of Canada says, well, we're trying to stave off a recession. Hold on a minute. You're trying to stave off a recession, yet people are losing their houses and they're forced to either A, boot back in with their parents, or B, go back to renting.
After the first 7 interest rate hikes, inflation only nudged down slightly from a 40-year high of more than 8% to just over 6%. And in the wake came falling housing prices and soaring consumer debt.
Some people's mortgage payments have doubled. And so trying to navigate through that when incomes are not going up, let's face it, Shauna, people are not getting 6% raises. Now we're seeing debt levels at a record now as well. So the debt to income ratio right now is $1.84. So that means for every dollar a Canadian makes, they owe $1.84.
The Bank of Canada has signaled that this could be the last rate hike for a while, but with many mortgages coming up for renewal in the next 12 months and rental costs continuing to soar, financial expert Lori Campbell says it will likely be a very challenging year for many.
My concern, Shauna, is how much more Canadians can bear before this kind of tips over the edge. Unfortunately, we're all going to have to tighten our belts and seriously look at our finances to get through this.
Now, the Bank of Canada is hopeful that the general inflation number will come down to 3% by the end of this year and then down to the goal of 2% sometime in 2024. Shauna Hunt, City News.